welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Saturday, AWS Day. If you haven't told about the shiny jacket. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm just sharing the live, so welcome in. All right. Wait a little bit, or
go ahead.
Okay. All right. Which AWS services is always provided at no charge?
Yeah, which one do you think the answer would be?
I think it's between B and D.
B and D, okay.
Or the way you said it.
Why B and D?
I don't know. This one. Oh, maybe A. I don't know. The way.
Why are you selecting
B and D?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seemed right.
Okay.
I'm just guessing. I don't know for sure.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah. So with the cloud, right, or with it's not just AWS. I can say for sure for.
Hi, David.
Yeah, AWS I can say for sure, but I think it's also similar to the other cloud providers, which is Google, Microsoft Azure, and then those ones. Yeah, there are services that you wouldn't be charged, right? And there are other services that you'll be charged, right? Okay. So you have to know those services or those services that you have to pay and or,
hi Mike.
Yeah. So you see these type of questions in Cloud Practitioner and also with AZ 900.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey
Shaquille.
Shaquille. Oh, so wait. So the answer's B?
Yeah, it is B. Hey, Jason, how's it going?
I said between B and D. I was right.
But you just guessed.
Of course, I was guessing. I'll tell you, that these days my guessing game was on point. David said, "How does it game? You have to get all the AWS certifications, and then let Raymond know. He'll tell you the person to contact so you can get your jacket." Welcome in. If you're not following, follow. Today is AWS Day, hence the shiny jacket. Today is Saturday, so tomorrow, Sunday, is AZ 900. Okay, it's me. Welcome in, Master. Yes, the answer was I am Master.
Okay.
Put in. Welcome in. This AWS Day. So if you're not following, follow. This is Tech Talk with Sako. Every day of the week is a different certification curated for people breaking newly into IT or if you're already in IT and you just want to chit chat with us, you are more than welcome in. So tomorrow is AZ 900. Mondays come to A+, Tuesdays Network Plus, Wednesdays Linux Plus, Thursday Security Plus, Friday Cloud Plus, Saturday AWS Cloud Practitioner, Sunday AZ 900. That's Raymond. That's all his certifications up there. So full video will be on YouTube. All right, Shakir says, I'm writing my thesis on Zero Trust in AWS with Terraform. IAM policies have driven me insane.
Yeah, it would. It would. But AWS, when you log into AWS to create the policy, you have option to basically dry run the policy and see the outcome. I'm not sure if you've tried that before, but yeah, the policy is a little.
Have you oatmeal? Shaquille oatmeal. Okay, I'm gonna read. David is saying that is learning Azure more beneficial than AWS. I know many companies use Microsoft.
Yeah, it depends. It depends, right? It depends on use case. And then in the United States specifically, if those federal jobs, right? So federal, state,
federal
government,
well,
right? Yeah, federal contractors as well. They lean towards Microsoft, right? I guess everyone else leans towards AWS, but yeah, it depends on your
probably have a contract
on your use case, but yeah.
All right. To reduce costs, a company is planning to migrate a NoSQL database to AWS, which AWS service is fully managed and can automatically scale through throughput. Okay, make sure it's on type of capacity to meet database workload demands.
Okay.
Hey, nobody.
So for those that are new to AWS and want to get into take the Cloud Practitioner certification, most of the questions would be around what services do they have on AWS, right? So database services is the database might be the generic name. However, AWS have a specific name for their database services, right? So yeah, so you have to know those mapping, right? So it's two different parts to the exams. The first one is just knowing generic cloud concept, right? Like the shared responsibility models, and then economic benefits of the cloud and all that, right? And then the next part is knowing the services that they have, right?
Hi, cool cat. How are you?
Yeah.
What's the answer?
The answer is C, DynamoDB, right? So no SQL database. It's the opposite of SQL database, right? SQL is structured query language database, right? So it's structured. No SQL database is not structured. Usually it uses JSON format, right? So AWS, they have their NoSQL database, which is DynamoDB, right? Microsoft Azure also have their own NoSQL database, which is Cosmos DB, right? All right.
I'm just sharing the live.
No problem.
Welcome in. If you're not following, follow. Okay, C for sure. Can you not? Says Dynamo is not for SQL. Okay, perfect. Welcome in. This is TikTok with Masako. Every day of the week is a different certification. Curated for people breaking newly into IT. This is Saturday on our end. So Saturday's AWS Cloud Practitioner. Tomorrow Sunday's AZ 900. Mondays come to A Plus. Tuesdays Network Plus. Wednesdays Linux Plus. Thursday Security Plus. Friday Cloud Plus. And then Saturday AWS Cloud Practitioner. So it's supposed to be just the IT study room. So when you come in, please do ask your questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question in this side of town. All I ask is that you're respectful to the people in the chat and to us here. So if you are not following, please do so. What else? That's Raymond. That's all his certifications up there. Over 30 plus certification, including all his AWS, hence the shiny jacket today, and the CSSP and all those up there. It's a lot of certifications. It's just somebody that likes to learn. Okay. All right. A company is using A company is using Amazon DynamoDB. Which task is the company's responsibility according to the AWS shared responsibility model? Oh, Bill says C again. Okay. Is all the answers C? If that's the case. Oh, cool cat. Welcome in. I'm glad you stumbled upon us. All right, we're waiting for you. What's the answer?
All right. So yeah, the answer is C, right? DynamoDB is database as a service, so it can be mapped to platform as a service. So yeah, it's for NoSQL databases. You don't have access to the underlying operating system. You don't have access to the host itself. So host is actually the server that hosts the service, right? You don't have access to that. Secure the operating systems. You don't have access to the operating system, so it's not. Yeah, you don't have access, or it's not your responsibility to secure the OS. So the only responsibility that you have is to manage the database access permission, right? So who would have access to those DynamoDB?
Mbabinho. You don't have to give me your first name, okay? If that your first name, give me another name, nickname or something, so I don't keep mispronouncing it. Master's Chief is saying that it's PAAS don't need to manage anything on underlying infrastructure. I think that's what he's saying. And can you not is saying you have a golden jacket? Exclamation mark. I'm working on my SA03. Wish me luck. Best of luck. Which one is SA03?
Solution Architect Associate.
Okay. Is that your first one or second one, third one? And how many more to go for the golden jacket? Are you aiming for the golden jacket? Welcome in. If you're not following, follow. Today's AWS, as you could tell.
All right, let's go to the next question.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we're moving fast today.
I mean, we're gonna go slow very, very soon.
They don't?
They what?
They said, can you not say that? So they don't do the golden jacket anymore. When did they tell you that?
Yeah, who told you that? I mean, remember the lady messaged me recently?
There was a lady, the person that gave Raymond the jacket.
Not the jacket, like the process.
The person that walked women through the process of getting the jacket.
Yeah, she works with the their training centers. So, yeah.
Really?
No, I think they still
No,
do.
I'm curious as to when, because I want to timeline it.
Because it was last week. She asked
If
last
you
week
got
if
it.
I got it. So
Yeah.
is that the reason?
Yeah, that's
right? Maybe.
so that's why I want to ask.
Really?
Okay. Somebody's saying it still exists.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
It should.
Yeah, it's just that probably they don't know how to
The
get
process,
it. Yeah,
exactly,
that's-
exactly. Yeah.
You have to ask the person who knows the person. All those
Especially if you are not working directly with Amazon, you wouldn't know the process. But yeah, I know the process. So
he said I know the process. So does other people. But if you by chance get it, do reach out. Okay. All right. Company has a test AWS environment. A company is planning on testing an application within AWS. The application testing can be interrupted and does not need to run continuously. Which AWS EC2 purchasing option will meet these requirements most cost efficiently?
mm-hmm.
I agree.
I think effectively.
Effectively, cost effectively. See.
Yeah, and you would see these type of questions as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most cost effective, most less
instance.
overhead,
Mm-hmm.
most secured, right? You see those keywords. So meaning multiple answers might solve the same issue,
Mm-hmm.
but then which one is the most
Best
cost effective?
answer.
Right?
Nobody said otherwise.
So the answer is C, Spark
Okay.
instance, right? Spark instance is the Spark instance is this basically instances that AWS can take away anytime, right?
All right. No problem, cool cat. Good night. Thanks for dropping in.
Good night. However, it gives you, I think, 90% off, right? So yeah, and then now they are saying that the services, what is it? So the application testing can be interrupted,
Mm-hmm.
right? So meaning if AWS takes away the instance,
Mm-hmm.
it's fine, right? And does not need to run continuously.
Okay.
Right. So yeah.
All right. EJ says that cost effective equals immediate clue for spot instances.
I wouldn't agree with that. I wouldn't.
Why would you not agree?
No. You also have to take into consideration the requirements, right? They might say that, okay, so in this case they said it does not need to run continuously. However, if you get a different requirement that says that it has to run continuously, then and most cost effective, Spark instance wouldn't be the answer. Right.
Okay, EJ.
Yeah, it might be on demand.
Plus can be interrupted. Can be interrupted in key is the key statement. Okay,
exactly.
Saying the same
Yeah,
thing.
that is why. So yeah, cost effective can be interrupted. Yeah, that is what. That will be Spark instance. So if you see those two keywords, you should know that it's Spark instance.
The person with the name, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it, but it wants to know if there's any free vouchers or discounts on AWS certifications this summer. Why this summer specifically?
Yeah, are you in school?
Oh, okay. Like, can you just in general or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. They have free vouchers, but
what about per scholar? Do they?
I'm not sure if they teach AWS specifically, but I think it's more like Contia, but and Salesforce, I think.
Salesforce,
so. But yeah, you can still look per scholar up and see if they.
Okay. Per scholar, but welcome in. If you're not following, follow. What was I gonna say? I don't know if you're in school. Let us know because I think sometimes schools they give discount, but depends, right? Some employers and schools have programs with discount, right? So if you're in school, but I also realize sometimes some people are not in the States. Yeah, sometimes they're outside.
You're
so
right.
I think that's probably why they're emphasizing. But if you're still there, please do let us know. Hopefully somebody knows another way. Welcome in. If you're not following, follow. Today, this is Tech Talk with Sakura, aka the IT Study Room. Every day of the week is a different certification. I do this little preamble, so I fill in the gap, so he can get the next question.
There's no gap.
There is a gap. Here we go. So tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern Time is going to be AZ 900. Raymond believes in multi-cloud. So, all right. Which AWS service supports a hybrid architecture that gives users the ability to extend AWS infrastructure, AWS services, APIs, and tools to data to data centers, co-location environments, or on-premise facilities. Okay. Master is saying, okay. Bamiho is saying A as well.
Okay, so I think she's fine here.
A for you, okay. All right, so we have C, and we have
Well, we
because I think I kind of understand why A is an option, but then again, I'm just here because I know that the small mobile is the thing that transports, right? That transports the data's the service to the data centers. I know that, so I can see what
you said A as well.
snowmobile. Isn't that what? Rest in peace, snowmobile. You work in AWS, don't you, EJ? Isn't it what isn't that what transports the data center thingies?
Yeah, transfer data.
But it's a big thing, right?
Yeah. The
Okay.
Physical, yeah.
All right. So what was the answer?
The answer is C.
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 Okay.
Actually.
Okay. So you bring it up. David.
So yeah. So C.
Okay.
So sorry. The
go
question is saying that it extends AWS infrastructure services API to data centers co-location environments or on premises. So basically, you have some sort of hardware in your data center, AWS hardware. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So Snowmobile is just data transfer. It doesn't extend the infrastructure services API. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Right? It's just a data movement or data transfer services.
Okay.
So let me
All
do this real quick.
welcome in. David is asking, in your experience, is Azure more user friendly than AWS, or they both have a learning curve?
Yeah, I think Azure is more user friendly than AWS. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and yeah, AWS. Azure usually they usually try to stick to the generic names, right? Like virtual network, right? But AWS uses VPC, virtual private cloud, right? So they try to confuse the naming. I don't know why, but yeah.
And then Master's accent Outpost is similar to Azure's local.
Azure local. Let me share my screen here.
Okay.
Safari, right here.
Thanks for sharing the live, Richie. Appreciate it.
So this is Outpost. Let me share it here also.
Just in case TikTok, flags us for sharing screen.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is.
It is unfortunately TikTok is gonna flag us for sharing screen. If it does, the other time it just went off. If it does so, we're also streaming on YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah. So you can just go to YouTube. Then.
Just in case it does that. It was very weird. And then we logged back in, and for some reason the live wasn't showing. Can you zoom? Oh, can you zoom? Sure.
Yeah, give me a second here. I'm gonna. Okay, I'm trying to share the same thing.
Okay, it just says Outpost doesn't use customer supplied hardware. Okay. Okay, right, so you're saying it's Outpost. So okay, I get it now. I was trying to figure out what you said. All right. What is this say showing us?
Outpost.
Oh, this is the Outpost?
Yep.
Oh, I was not thinking that at all. That was what an Outpost looked like.
So now, so basically a whole server rack.
Okay.
Alright, a whole server rack.
So why not just call it a rack? A server rack.
Exactly. I mean, they can't just say server rack.
Why not?
They can't just say server rack. But yeah, this is how it is. So basically, this is your on-premises data center, and then they bring their services here.
Okay.
Right, and I just connect, or you tap into it right here. Right, so that is Outpost. I hope that makes sense.
Master Chief says that Azure local extends on-premise hardware onto the Azure ecosystem. Okay, so I see you answered your own question. I'm glad. Welcome in. Hi, Anonymous. How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. If you're not following, follow. This is Tech Talk with Sakura. Every day of the week is a different certification curated for people breaking newly into IT, already in IT and planning on taking a certification. Please do stop on by, ask your questions and answer the questions as well. Please don't hesitate. I mean, we don't see you, so we don't know who you are. So please, there's no such thing as a dumb question. There are highly educated people in the chat. So in the event that I don't see your question in time and nobody answers, please do bring it up. All I ask is that you're respectful to the people in the chat and to us here, so I don't have to block you. I do exercise my right to block people. What else? Tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern Time is going to be AZ 900. So if you're planning on taking that, do stop on by at 8:30 Eastern Time. Monday is Comte A Plus, Tuesday's Network Plus, Wednesday's Linux Plus, Thursday Security Plus, Friday Cloud Plus, Saturday AWS Cloud Practitioner. You said you no question yet? Okay, he's bringing the next question. Full video will be on YouTube in the event that you want to watch the full video as well. This is Raymond. That's all his certifications up there. Seeing that today is AWS Day, he's wearing his golden jacket just to tell you that he has all his AWS certifications.
Alright, let's try this one here.
Is anybody actually going to take this certification, or are you just joining us?
For joining
us, so you want to just learn with the rest of us? Well, I'm just here to chit chat. Besides the person going for SA03.
Yeah, solution architect associate.
A company wants to establish a schedule for what happened?
No.
Rotating database user credential, which AWS service will support this requirement with the least amount of operation overhead. B. Am I right?
B. Why B?
I have no idea. I'm just picking these out. Anybody? No way. No, really? Is it you think me too? Because I don't think you have any idea. I'm actually guessing. I've been guessing all week. I mean, maybe there's not a really guess, so to speak, but I've heard him say it, and I haven't really paid attention. I just sit here. What's the answer?
The answer is B. Is B. So it says that so it could have been what? B or A.
Okay.
Right? So AWS they didn't really. I can't even compare now.
Why?
It should have been AWS System Manager Parameter.
Go TER.
Parameter store. That should have been the actual. The actual service name, right? So this should have been the service name. So this and this perform the same task, right? So basically it saves what credentials, right? So more or less like LastPass, right?
Not everybody is familiar with LastPass.
Yeah, so basically password manager, right? Password manager. So AWS have these two services that perform the same task, right? So if you are a programmer and you're trying to access a specific database credential, right? Best practices, right? You don't hard code that credential. So if it's an API key, you don't hard code that in your code base, right? You have to find some sort of password manager, credential manager, right? Like AWS Security Manager or Parameter Store to basically save that information, and in runtime, the application can pull that information to perform whatever task it needs. So these two services will help with that. However, with a secret manager, the secret manager has the option for what? Rotation of the credential or password. Let's say password. Right, I'm just using that generically. So meaning you can set it up in such a way that every 6 months the database password will change. Every 12 months the database password will change. However, the system parameter store doesn't come built with what? Password rotation.
Okay.
And that is why the question was saying that a schedule rotating password, right? Which services will support this requirement, right? With the least amount of overhead, right? So that is why the answer is what? B.
B. Okay.
Sometimes, and I've seen a question that basically the similar question in a way. However, they will say that which one is the cost effective. So they will take away the rotating password, and they'll ask which one is cost effective. The system manager parameter store is cost effective than what? Than the secret manager, right? So yeah.
Okay.
Hope
And
that makes
Bamio
sense.
says the rotating is the keyword.
Yes, it is a keyword. All right. Okay. So this would be the last question, and I would dive a little into infrastructure as a code and auto scaling group and then load balancer.
Okay.
Got it. Anyways.
All right, so you're gonna show.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll do some sort of hands-on practice.
Okay.
However, TikTok might block us. Anyways, I'm still gonna go through it. It will be on YouTube just in case.
TikTok blocks the sharing of the screen. Okay. But yeah, so if you're not following you on YouTube, is YouTube the same name?
The same name.
Just in case we go off, it's just TikTok for some reason will block it. Okay. This is the last question for this one. All right. A company wants to automate infrastructure deployment by using infrastructure as a code. The company wants to scale production stacks to the stacks that can be deployed in multiple AWS regions. Which AWS service will meet these requirements?
So now they are saying that they want to automate what? They want to automate deployment of infrastructure.
A or D?
A or D?
D, not B. Yeah, A or D.
Why A or D?
Why you keep asking me why?
You just guessing?
I don't know it, so what am I supposed to do? Guess?
Yeah, so now so now the they want to automate infrastructure deployment.
Okay.
Right? So when you talk about infrastructure, let's say setting up network in the cloud, setting up a virtual machine, any services that is in the cloud, right? They want to automate the process using infrastructure as a code. Infrastructure as a code is basically trying to spin up or create infrastructures. So let's say EC2 instance, which is a virtual machine, AWS specific, right? Creating an S3 bucket, right? Creating a VPC, creating a subnet, right? All this infrastructure, instead of you logging into the AWS console to perform all these tasks, you can use code to deploy all these services, right? And this is really, really very, very fast than logging in and click and drag and all that, right? Okay. So AWS have their own IAC, infrastructure as a code service. So now that is what they are saying, right? They want to deploy with infrastructure as a code, and then now which services would help with that, right?
What's the answer?
So the answer is D.
Yay! I was gonna say A, but David says I'm getting the questions right. Raymond's gonna think you're a tech pro, right? Next thing I'm taking certifications. Right? So the answer is D, right?
Yeah, it is D.
Okay.
Yeah, so AWS Cloud Formation, right? So that is what AWS is IAC, infrastructure as a code, right? So talking about infrastructure as a code,
You want some water?
No, okay. Let me try to share my screen here, and this is when it might go off.
Hopefully not. But we're just giving as many warnings as we can. So.
All right, so let me share
Welcome
my
in.
Here.
If you're not following, follow. Every day of the week is a different certification. Tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern Time is AZ 900. Monday is Computer A Plus. Tuesday's Network Plus. Wednesday Linux Plus. Thursday Security Plus. Friday Cloud Plus. Okay. All right. Full video will be on YouTube. Doo-doo.
Okay. So now.
This is how it looks.
Yeah.
Is
Should I
that
let me just extend it a little.
okay?
Yeah, let me cover my this credential stuff. What do you think?
That's up to you.
Yeah, let me move it up a little. Let me track this all the way
Right.
up.
And what exactly are you doing this for?
Yeah, so setting up, seeing what IAC is,
Okay.
right, and deploying resources or infrastructure using IAC.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is IAC.
Infrastructure as a code. Okay, how does it look now? Is it okay? Oh,
Yeah.
it's a little okay.
Is it too big?
Hold
Mbamijo. Did that answer your question? He was asking what are you sharing?
Yeah. So do you see my So this is AWS console, right?
That's how it looks.
Yeah.
Does it look okay on your end? It looks okay on my end, but
Okay. It's a little, yeah.
okay. Well, can you just move it from side to side?
Yeah,
If need be.
trying. I'm trying.
Do you need to see the whole thing?
Yeah, it would be nice to see the whole thing in a way.
Okay. No.
Okay, I think that's good.
Okay.
And let's try this here on YouTube.
All right. If you're just joining in, Raymond is just sharing screen to just show you hands-on for
IAC
IAC.
infrastructure as a code.
Okay, and Bamigo says I see your EC2 running instance.
Nice. Okay, good. All right. So yeah, the question was saying which services in AWS is used for IAC, infrastructure as a code, right? So let me, and that the answer was CloudFormation, right? So let me click on this CloudFormation. Let me hide this here, right? So these are all this is CloudFormation, right? And these are all services, infrastructures that I've deployed, right here. If I click on, let's use Lambda. It gives a few information here, and now you can see what the exact resources that was created right here. So let me go back to the stack info. So now you can go ahead and create a new resources, right? So new resources, and then you can select the template, right? However, the best way is for you to write the code first and then we'll upload it, or you can even deploy using your command line, right? So let me share another screen here real quick. That will be my hold on, cloud code right here. Okay. IDE, which is integrated development environment, basically writing code in a way. So let me minimize this a little, bring it up. Get the same thing here.
Welcome in.
IDE.
Tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern Time is going to be AZ 900. Mondays come to A+, Tuesdays Network Plus, Wednesdays Linux Plus, Thursdays Security Plus. Please don't hesitate to ask your questions if you have any, okay?
Okay, yeah. This will be a little lengthy, so be prepared.
This is going to be lengthy?
Yeah, so be prepared. Anyway, so let's see.
Okay.
All right, so now I have a few three CloudFormation template that I have here. and it ends in .yaml, right? So that is the file format for IAC, right? So this IAC here is creating an EC2 instance, right? It's creating an EC2 instance. Let me move down here and then try to go to EC2 instance.
You didn't move here, brother.
Come again? Yeah. Move this here. And then let me see. This is what. Okay, you don't really see it, but this is my EC2 instances, right? And then now it says running instances. I see 0. So meaning I'm not running any virtual machine yet, right? So let me move this back here again. And then move this back up here again. Okay, so yeah, so this is what EC2 instance or EC2.yaml infrastructure as a code. So now it has the template version, description, a few parameters here. If you scroll all the way down, it says what? Resources, right? So this is where you have to define the resources that you want to deploy, right? In this case, the first resources that you see is VPC, Virtual Private Cloud, right? And usually you have a type that would tell the CloudFormation that, hey, I'm trying to create what? A VPC, right? So AWS EC2 VPC. So we create what? A VPC, right? And we have a CIDR block, which is basically an IP address of the VPC or the network. So now we have ref, meaning it's referencing some sort of information or a variable, right? So this one we see that it's VPC CIDR, right? When you scroll all the way up, you see the same thing here, VPC CIDR, right? So now basically it's substituting the information with what we have here. So it's using what 10.0.0.10.0.0/16 as the VP's IP block, right? So here, this is what it would basically replace it with, right? Another resource that it's creating is Internet Gateway right here, right? It has to create a public subnet, 2 different public subnets. We have private subnet as well. Scroll all the way down, right? So you can define exactly what the resources that you want, the configuration values, and then once I run this specific file, it will automatically deploy the whole thing in AWS, right? Instead of me going to the graphical user interface, trying to create VPC, trying to create subnet, trying to create EC2 instance, right? I can run this file and automatically deploy, right? So let's go back to our AWS console. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to CloudFormation, and these are all the CloudFormation template that I have. You see that most of them start with what? Mashtech, right, all the way down. You all start with Mashtech, right? So that is the pre-existing ones that I have running. And the beauty of CloudFormation is now if I select this specific CloudFormation stack and click on delete, it will basically delete every single resources that I created with this specific stack, right? Instead of if you manually build your service, you now have to go in one by one to delete all the services, right? So let me go back here. So I don't have any other any other stack here or CloudFormation here, right? They all start with Mashtech. So let me try to deploy the one that I just showed you guys, right? So I'm gonna run it from my desktop here. Give me a minute.
No problem. Welcome in. If you're not following, follow. If you're just stumbling upon us right now, today is AWS Cloud Practitioner Day. So Raymond is building something. I'm just here to chit chat. So I don't know what he's building. He building an EC2 instance.
Yeah, building EC2 instance using CloudFormation, which is infrastructure as a code. So instead of building it using the graphical user interface way, right? So going to running instances, clicking on launch instance, and then go through the whole process. I have a code which I showed before, right? To build it from scratch, right? So I'm gonna run it here in a few, and you realize that a new CloudFormation would there you go, right here. It says review in progress. Remember, previously we just saw the ones that start with match tech, right? So now we have a new CloudFormation stack. So basically, what I showed you guys before, it's going to create a VPC, going to create a subnet, it's going to create the EC2 instance as well, right? So once I select this CloudFormation stack, I can go to resources and see all the resources that is being created, right? And that was the same thing we went over. Remember VPC, right? Public subnet, we saw that as well. Internet gateway, and then the EC2 instance itself as well, right? Scroll to the right, it says that some of these resources have already been created, some of them are still in progress, right? So I have to wait till everything is done here, and then now if I go back to my EC2 instance, I should see, there you go, one EC2 instance running, right? Remember, before there was 0 running, right? So minimize this, and there you go, right? So my EC2 instance, my EC2 stack instance, right? So this is what, this is the EC2 instance that was created using the CloudFormation, right? So if I come here, I think,
I'm Mr. Ultra. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let me go to CloudFormation right here. So let me click on the stack. It tells you the resources, right? And also gives you an output, right? It was also defined in the CloudFormation template. But when I scroll down, let's see. Yeah, I see public DNS name. All right, so let me try to navigate to this. Right here. So I actually made this a web server, right? So the EC2 instance is a web server. So now, once you go to this URL, let me copy that, you will see hello from my EC2 instance stack, right?
Okay, Mr. Ultra. Thanks. How are you? If you just stumble in, it's AWS Day, and Raymond is showing how to. What are you doing?
Yeah. So now you can click on the link, and it's basically get the same information that I'm getting here, because I have my infrastructure, sorry, my EC2 instance, or my connected to a public subnet, right? So you should be able to access the same website, right? It's not really technical website, but so I should have access to the same thing here.
Hi, I am Favored. How are you?
All right, so let's go back, right? So so that is the public DNS that takes me to my web page, right? I can design it for anything I want. Right?
Thanks for the feedback. And Benito says that it works. He pressed the
nice. Okay, cool. All right. How many minutes do you have?
You have about, give or take, 20.
All right. So let's go to the next level here. I had 3 different levels, but
next level. Okay.
Yeah, probably will continue some other time. But let's try this one here.
Okay. If you're not following, follow.
Oh, so now, okay, let's go to, so this is CloudFormation, right? The output gives you the information that you need. Resources tells you exactly what was deployed, right? And then now this is an event. It tells you what happened or how the deployment is going. Stack information gives you detailed information about the stack. If I go to stack and then select my -EC2 instance stack and then click delete, it will automatically delete every single resources that was created, right? So now if you go to the URL, you wouldn't see it anymore, right? Yeah. Sometimes you would create services, using the graphical user interface or the web page or the console, and you have to build different components to it, right? And when it's time to delete, you don't really remember exactly which one you created for this specific services, right? So yeah, so infrastructure as a code is an ideal way for. It says delete in progress. Click on that. Event gives you the event information. Resources, it will tell you which resources are. You see, okay, delete, right? So technically, if I go back to EC2 instance, guess what? I have 0 instance running. It's been deleted, right? So that is IAC, right? Infrastructure as a code, right? Write a code, deploy it. You can use your terminal, and then everything will be on the console, right? Deployed. All right, so we have 10 more minutes. All right, so let's do this. So now I deleted the previous one, cloud formation, right? So let's move this up here, and then let's see the next infrastructure as a code that I have on here. Open.
I'm sorry, Sims, if you're still there. Manage secret services. That was for the previous answer.
That's like,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize.
Years ago. All right, so the next one that I have here is infrastructure as a code, right? Cloud formation to be specific. Remember, we have Terraform, which is also IAC, right? We have Bicep. So Bicep is specifically to Bicep or ARM template is specifically to Microsoft Azure. Cloud formation is specific to AWS. Terraform is vendor neutral. So basically, you can use Terraform to deploy to AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, and even on-premises, right? All right, so this one is auto-scaling group, right? Auto-scaling group. Do you remember what auto-scaling is?
Yeah, it's the ability to scale up or down, no?
Okay, I see you. Up and down, right? So yeah, so now...
It's in the vein.
So now the previous deployment that I did, it was just, do you remember how many EC instances it created?
The one you just did?
Yeah.
No.
It was just one.
Oh,
It was
okay.
just one. So the URL that I gave on the chat, right, would take you to that specific EC2 instance. That's
Okay.
it. So in case something happened to that EC2 instance, guess what? My web application is gone, right?
And there's no retrieval?
I mean, I can retrieve it some way, shape, or form, right? However, my customers wouldn't have access to my site, right?
Oh, okay. Wait, so this is all for a website?
I mean, you can use it for anything you want,
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
just demonstrating using it as a website,
Okay.
right?
Got it.
Yeah, similar to checking out, right, in the store, right? If you have only one
Hey, Adam.
cashier, right? What happens if that cashier calls out, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Single point of failure, right?
Okay.
However, if you have auto scaling, right? So you have multiple employees. One employee is working at a time. The other ones are just stocking the shelf, right? Just in case you need someone, can tell them that, hey, I need James on the cashier line. And then now you have two cashiers, right?
Okay.
So yeah, you can auto scale, and then once the line goes down, guess what? Can come back to one.
Okay.
And that is the whole point of an auto scaling group, right? And as part of auto scaling group, guess what services we need to add? Load balancer.
Oh.
The person that will direct
The traffic.
Yeah, the traffic to
Okay.
to individual cashiers.
Okay.
Right? So that is load balancer. Right?
Okay.
So yeah, we can't create auto scaling without adding load balancer.
Do you create a load balancer or you just add it?
You create a load balancer.
Okay, so it's another creation. Adam
Yeah.
is saying that auto scaling is a good contingency plan.
A good contingency plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So now this is what auto scaling group, right? So it starts with the same thing as the previous one. It has the version, template version, it has the description, it has a few parameters that we're going to use down, right? One of the parameters that I see here is desired capacity, which means how many cashiers do I want at a time?
Okay.
Right? In my case, it says 2 as the default, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at every single point in time, my EC2 instance should be 2,
Okay.
right? Every single point in time, right? So now, if for any reason one of the 2 cashiers falls sick, guess what? Someone would immediately replace them.
Okay.
Right? So yeah, let me go ahead and deploy this real quick, and let's see how it works. I think, yeah, I had the last one, but I think we'll probably do that next week.
Okay.
So this is, okay, this
Why
is...
would the last one take long?
Oh, that one would take very long. It would take very long. And the last one, so this one that I'm doing right here is 2, desired capacity is 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anytime I shut down one of them, one will automatically come up.
Okay.
Anytime I shut one of them, automatically come up. The last demo that I was going to do, I'm going to set it up in such a way that it dynamically increase. So now I will start with 1 cashier or 1 server.
Mm-hmm.
And I've set it up in such a way that if the demand or the request for a cashier or a server goes up to 300, automatically bring a new cashier.
Okay.
Right? So if the line is longer than 300, meaning it's more than it's too much for 1 cashier, so automatically bring up a new system, right?
Okay.
And I think I set it up to bring up to 6 different servers, depending on the request, right?
Okay.
You can also set it up for CPU, right? So if the CPU goes above 50% for a specific server or a specific cashier, right? So let's say a cashier can serve 10 customers every hour, right? So that is their maximum, right? So now if anytime the manager, which is the auto scaling group, sees that this cashier has 50% of the capacity, meaning you have 5 customers, you automatically bring someone additional cashier to help out, right?
Okay.
So yeah, so let me run this real quick on here. So this will be AGS.
Welcome in. If you're not following,
AGS.
follow. Tomorrow is going to be AZ 900. Mondays come to A+, Tuesdays Network Plus, Wednesdays Linux Plus, Thursdays Security Plus, Friday Cloud Plus, Saturday AWS Cloud Practitioner again. So it's just a beginner friendly series. So if you are planning on taking any of the certification, please do stop on by and ask the questions. Ask whatever questions you have, okay? Don't be a bystander.
All right, so I'm back in my cloud formation and I still see the same thing, right? Match tech. I don't see anything else. So once I deploy the next IAC or cloud formation template, you should see it pop up here in a second, right here, right? So click on that, go to resources. So these are the resources that it's creating, right? So internet gateway, meaning it's accessible on the internet, right? So without internet gateway attached to a VPC, no one can access your system from the internet, right? So yeah, so these are the 2 for now. Okay, it's still coming up. I have a public route table. I have a public subnet, target group. Right, so it's still ALB, right? That is the load balancer, right? But this is just their security group. Let me refresh again. Auto scaling group. Right, so it's still coming up. All right, so now the previous one that I did, it was just one EC2 instance, right? So now the URL that I gave to visit the website was right here. It says EC2-13-22, right? So I'm actually giving the direct name of the EC2 instance, right? I'm giving the direct name. So anytime a user wants to access my website, they go straight to that EC2 instance, right? Similar to a cashier, right? If the manager tells you that, hey, when you go ask for Jen, right? So anyone that comes will always go to Jen.
Okay.
However, if you have auto scaling group, right, the best thing that you have to do is what is to use the URL of the load balancer.
Okay.
So any request that comes in will go straight to the load balancer first, and it's the job of the load balancer to tell the hey, go to EC2 instance 1, 2, 3, or 4,
Okay.
right? And the load balancer will also perform some sort of health check to see which server is sick or which cache is sick, right? So now I'm not going to direct traffic to this specific server, right? It's the job of the load balancer, right? So yeah, in this case, I'm not going to give the direct URL of the EC2 instance anymore. I'm going to give the URL of the load balancer. Right?
Okay.
So let me go to output right here, and let me see if I can see the URL right here. So load balancer URL right here, right? I'm not gonna give the actual copy link, right? So now the services that are behind, no one knows their name.
Okay.
Right? It's hidden from anyone else. The only thing that you see is the load balancer.
Okay.
And the load balancer would move the traffic to the individual servers, right?
Okay.
So now it's built, right? I have my URL load balancer copied. Let me paste in the chat as well for anyone that wants to test it out. And then let me go to my EC2 instance. So how many EC2 instances do you think or virtual machine do you think I'll have this time?
5.
Why 5?
I see the output says 5, so I don't know.
Oh, no, okay. So the output is just informational, right?
Okay.
It's not really related to the EC2 instance.
Okay.
Remember the desire.
2.
There you go, right? So let me click on EC2 instance. There you go, right here. So click on running instances, and I see 2, right?
Okay.
So now these 2 are behind the load balancer. So anytime a request comes in, the load balancer would round robin between those 2.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So let me go to the website here, paste it here, and press enter. So right here, it gives me the instance name. So this is the name of the instance. Let me go back to the instance. Okay, hold on. It ends in 4D, right? Click right here. 4D, this one.
Okay.
So I visited the website, and this is the server that I'm working with. If you visit the same website, you might be interacting with a different server.
Okay.
By the end of the day, they have the same information. That is how, let's say, Amazon.com is. Right?
Okay.
You don't interact with one specific server. All right. So if I refresh right now, so this is 4D. If I refresh right now, 3D.
Okay.
Right. So that is how load balancing works. Right. So let me refresh one more time. Takes me to DB. Right.
Okay.
So round robin. Right. That is it. So it's just 2. Right. So when I come here and try to delete this, I'm going to delete which one is that? 4D, right? Let's see here, terminate, right? To delete. Skip OS, that is fine, and terminate, right? So now this is shutting down. So guess what? If I go here and then refresh, I deleted 4D, right? 4D, okay.
Yeah.
So the only one that exists now is 3D.
3D.
So if I come here and then refresh, 3D, refresh, 3D,
Okay.
3D, right? That's the only employee available.
Right.
3D.
Okay.
Yeah, but then, what was the desired capacity that I wanted? 2.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Was 2, right? So, anytime I terminate an instance, guess what?
Another one's gonna come up.
Automatically,
Okay.
Right?
So how come it's not up yet?
It will take a little time, right?
Okay. How long is a little?
A few, probably a minute, or
Okay.
it depends, right? And some option you have the option to create a warm pool, meaning you have a group of EC2 instances that are available to join your load balancer as soon as you call them,
Okay.
right? But I didn't set it up in that way, right? So it might take a little while. Let's see.
Welcome in. If you're not following, follow. This is Tech Talk with Ms. Sakurai. Every day of the week is a different certification curated for people breaking new into IT. If you're already in IT and plan on taking a certification, we ask that you stop on by, ask your questions, and answer the questions as well. So today is Saturday. So Saturday is AWS Cloud Practitioner, hence the shiny jacket. Tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern Time. Sunday is AZ 900. Mondays come to A+. Tuesdays Network Plus. Wednesdays Linux Plus. Thursday Security Plus. Friday Cloud Plus. All right, so if you're not following, follow. Full video will be on YouTube as well.
Okay, so all right, so let me refresh that. There you go. Now I have second EC2 instance, right? It took a little while, but at the end of the day, if you come back here, we deleted 4D.
Yes.
Right. So remember, we wouldn't find 4D anymore.
Right.
We'll find B9. Right. So let's go ahead and refresh the site again. Okay. Oh, okay. Although it's up, the load balancer has to determine that this is a healthy server before it add it to the pool.
Okay.
Right. So it's up now, but the load balancer is performing some sort of health check.
And how do you? Is there a way that you see the health?
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Target group right here. Target group right here. Let me minimize this. Click on target group. You see it says one unhealthy, which is the one that was down.
Okay.
So it's going to, let's see. Okay, this is still the old one. Hold on.
No, that's the new one.
No. Was it?
Yeah, the B was there.
No, hold on. Target, hold on.
Yeah, the B9.
Oh, B9, okay. Okay, let's refresh here and see. There you go.
Okay.
Right? So although the cashier is in the cashier box, right?
At the register.
They have to sign in public.
Yes, bring the coin thingy.
There you go.
Okay.
So it's although the EC2 instance is up, I can't just direct traffic to it.
Okay.
I have to make sure, do a few health check, make sure it's good before I can direct traffic to it. Right?
Okay.
So that is how it is, right?
All right. It's been an hour.
Yeah. So that is it. I mean, that's the last thing. I hope that makes sense.
Hopefully that makes sense. Also.
Right.
It was informative though.
Yeah.
I think I did learn one or two things.
Yeah, I think it's a good content too. I should be doing this more often.
Okay.
All right.
Welcome in. Oh well, that was it.
That was it.
That was it. So tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern Time. Hope to see you there. Is AZ 900. Okay.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Bye, David. Good night.
See you tomorrow.